Hello everyone, welcome to Fiaura's channel, and this is World of Warships. As usual on Sundays I show you guys a World of Warships replay, and in this case we have the Omaha Class Cruiser. Now, the Omaha does have torpedoes, so it is a light cruiser. It's fast, it's maneuverable, and it has quite a few guns. Though most of them only fire to one side of the ship or the other, you do have these two nice double turrets, and then you have these smaller gun turrets on the rear and on the front of the ship, and that's kind of your gun turrets. And we are sailing on the North Sea map, and I am currently following what looks like a Clemson class Tier 4 destroyer towards the 10 line. See what we're going to encounter over here. Gaming Bear in his New York class is kind of hanging around at our base at the moment. He hasn't really figured out where he wants to go yet, and he's in a battleship, so once he commits somewhere, he's kind of stuck going there. Now again, I am horrible with torpedoes. I'm decent with the guns, but I'm horrible with torpedoes. So if there's a random torpedo-like explosion at some point during this battle, you can pretty much assume I didn't do it. I also can't wait to have the Cleveland class when I can turn all of my guns in the same direction. Now, this ship does have the same guns as the Phoenix, but they fire further and faster, even if they do the same amount of damage. I go ahead and launch my reconnaissance plane, see if we can spot something, see if I can get some sort of warning about what's on the other side of this island. And there are some ships, what look like 2 battleships and a cruiser, sailing in this direction. Okay. And from what I can tell, that other Clemson is sailing into the teeth of the enemy formation. He's already crossed the midpoint of the map and is continuing forward. And he's just spotted 2 Tier 6 cruisers, 2 battleships heading this way. So I start to turn in here and follow the other Clemson. And then my next thought is, you know what? I kind of like living. So we're going to turn the hell around. Screw this noise. I'm out of here. I am not about to fight 2 Tier 6 cruisers plus a New York class and a Wyoming class battleship with my Omaha. So yeah, I just break off and turn tail and run. I'm in a light cruiser. I can do that. I could choose to go, yeah, you guys are a bunch of big bags of nope, and I don't want your nope. So we're leaving. And the other Omaha, as you can see, is following suit with the about face and screw this noise. Now the Clemson has been spotted, hasn't been fired on, and is moving up behind that island, which is going to be important here later, because his position isn't really going to do a lot to the enemy so much as screw with them. Because nobody wants to go out into those little tiny islands and those narrows and then have a destroyer pop out at 2 kilometers and drop torpedoes at you. Nobody wants to do that. Even if it's a Tier 4, you still don't want it to drop a full narrow spread torpedo volley at you. You will die. So as you can see, the cruiser, one of the cruisers is already coming back around. The other cruiser and the battleships are actually turning to come back and avoid what is obviously a trap. And the other Clemson class destroyer is engaging them from the rear and is paying for it. He's just getting pounded by all of that firepower that is now turned upon him. And the Kuma class cruiser here is valiantly sailing forward to try to help these destroyers, but I mean, you're way outgunned and outtonned and outnumbered. That is pretty much a suicidal assault. And I recognize this as well and go, you know what? Let's go counter their suicidal assault. The Kuma and destroyer heading into our base cap right now, sailing right at the cruiser at our base, our carrier's position, and that battleship. Now the Omaha at our base has just been pounded to pieces. He's barely afloat, and I think he's about to just sink right now. Yep, he's gone. That cruiser, however, has run aground and is backing up, and I'm trying to arc shells over, and one does actually go over, but it goes too far. So now I'm going to shoot at his rear quarter, but he starts pulling forward before the shells get there and manages to easily avoid my volley. Okay, so no luck in the opening game. Is that so? Well, he's going to keep sailing forward. He's now got carrier in my sights, I ignore everything else syndrome. He's sailing towards the carrier full speed, ignoring the fact that he's sailing into 2 cruisers and a battleship and the carrier. And we're going to throw everything we have at him. There's a couple hits by me. I'm still getting my targeting on just right. He shoots at me and then just eats the torpedoes from my friend. All those torpedoes. Thank you, Merciless. That is like the most glad somebody knows how to use these torpedoes, because I really don't. And now I'm going to arc shells over the island at this Fuso. Oh, hello, Tier 6 battleship. How are you today? I'm going to shoot at you with everything I have and try to do as much damage as I can with high explosive with my little 6-inch guns. I just want to set you on fire. Oh, there's a fire. Oh, you repaired it. Well, you're sailing into the teeth of 2 Omahas. And you could, in theory, sink us. And he's relit on fire. The graphics aren't showing it, but I think he's burning. Oh, I'm not doing hardly any damage, which is not a good sign. But there is hope. I did just shoot down his spotter plane. So now we know that he can't spot us with that spotter plane after he's gone. We just need to finish him, and that's going to be a big problem. Now he is burning stem to stern right now, and he is taking volley after volley from both of us. We're knocking out a lot of his secondary batteries, which is going to prevent him from using those to kill us. There goes more secondary batteries. And we hope that it does enough damage at some point to sink him. Now the big thing here, though, is he pretty much is going to run aground. He has nowhere to go. He's running aground. I'm launching torpedoes now. He's at 6 kilometers, which means he is in torpedo range. I hope one of those widespreads will actually hit him. You guys know me. Hitting something with torpedoes, good luck. Hitting something with my guns, I've already got 60 hits. And I'm not doing a lot of damage per volley here. I did just light him on fire, so he is burning again from stem to stern. And there goes 3 secondary batteries. I know most of his secondary guns are now offline. They've been knocked out. There's an actual decent volley. 2,000. Not quite sure how I feel about 2,000 being a decent volley, but I'll take it. And there he goes. Now we turn back. And we're turning back because I don't want to run into that Nicholas-class destroyer at point-blank range. And I turn off my AA guns. I do not want to alert those torpedo bombers to my position. I want them to, just keep going where they're going. I turn my AA guns back on now that they're a bit further away. And the dive bombers were turning away and then go, oh, destroyer, and drop their bombs and miss, thankfully. So remember those destroyers that sailed over there? Yeah, these guys that are damaged, that are coming into view, that's those destroyers and that suicidal cruiser's doing. Score is currently 6-5, and I'm at about 3/4 of my health. I really need to start doing some damage here. I need to get my shots to actually land on target, which those look like they will. They're all short. The Fair God is also pitching in with his 5-inch guns, which is not going to do a lot. And I'm having trouble getting my bracketing down just right now. I'm missing quite a large number of shots, and there's a hit. Oh, he's on fire. Wonderful. And now I'm scoring my hits. I'm scoring just a few hits at a time, but I'm scoring my hits, and that's important. And we just keep firing at this Furutaka. I know he's a higher tier cruiser than me. Oh shit! Torpedo! Dodge, 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 dodge. Oh god, by the barest of margins! Oh god. You bastard! No, I'm gonna knock out your steering, and I hope you die in a fire. That was like a heart attack when it happened. I was just, oh god, torpedoes! Too close! And I almost didn't realize it in time. I almost took a torpedo, which would have guaranteed I would have gone down. Oh god. Well, there's 90 hits. I've set 5 fires. And I shot down somebody's spotter plane. I'm kind of happy right now. And I've knocked out so many of those secondary batteries on the Fuso. Just so many of them just kept getting knocked out. And now I'm coming up around here on this Furutaka. And I fire a volley, and some of it misses, but that's not the important thing here because... Oh, wait, I fired at the destroyer because I wanted him down. And it only took the one hit to finish him. And now my first volley at the Furutaka just almost completely whiffs. He's got more hit points than me. I've got to wear him down. And I've got to hope for some help from the destroyer. I do set him on fire. It's kind of what we want, but he puts it out. So I let him have it, and I knock out his steering. So now I know he's stuck going one direction. Because he just put out that fire as soon as I hit him with it, and now his steering's blown. And I'm trying to get my bracketing just right, because he has accelerated. So I'm missing like these first couple volleys, and this is probably why I'm going to have a death sentence here later, is because of all these misses. But I do set him on fire. So now his steering's out, and he's on fire. And I am scoring hits. Yay to scoring hits. Just let him have it. Every last single shell that I can pump out, I need to do as much damage as possible. He's worn me down by 4,000. I've worn him down by 6. And he put torpedoes in the water like a sneaky bastard. He knocks out one of my main batteries. Did I mention I hate torpedoes? I hate torpedoes. And I'm over 100 hits now and still racking it up. He's put out the fire and fixed his steering. Otherwise, he wouldn't be sailing away from me. He'd still be sailing towards that island. But I've put a real beating on him, and I'm continuing to fire at him. And I'm trying to maneuver, and then the worst thing happens. My rudder gets jammed. And there's a Phoenix right here in front of me. And he has the same guns I do. He just has more of them. Well, it's been nice knowing you all, but I'm pretty sure I'm going down. Let's see how much damage I can rack up on this Phoenix, who's at 16,000, and now just took a 2,000 point hit. Yeah, little Phoenix, I might die. You might kill me, but I am going to tear you a new one to the best of my ability, especially since I can't maneuver and even try to get away from you. Which if I could maneuver, I'd be turning into a tail chase right now and heading towards our own battleship and cruiser that are trying to sail up here to support me. I've set the Phoenix ablaze. I've only got 2k HP left, and there I go. I'm not sure if that was a Citadel penetration or what, but he did 2,000 points of damage. He never actually sailed within range of those torpedoes. But I did bleed him for half his health. And it's still bleeding. It's still bleeding. So that's 9,000 I've bled off of him. We're about to cross into the 10,000 point range. With my 3,000 hit points I had left at the time of engaging him, I've now bled 10k off of him. And then my allies open up onto him. And they are just pounding him, and there goes most of his hit points, and he's still bleeding from the fire. So I would imagine I probably bled a total of 11 grand out of that Phoenix from the time I engaged him until the time he sank me. I'm okay with this. 131 hits, 8 fires, shot down an aircraft, got 4 critical hits, and I sank a destroyer. I'd say my job is done. So, I don't actually have the ability to show you guys the stats. From now on, I will have that ability, but this match actually just won't let me show you. So, I can't actually tell them to you because this was up on Twitch. The stats are I got 370,000 credits. 370,000 credits. Remember, most of my shots were fired at tier 6 vessels from my tier 5, so I guess that added up to something. I also got 3,900 experience, and I think I racked a total of 70,000 points of damage between the ships I shot at. This was an amazingly fun game for the Omaha. I officially love the American cruisers. Just the sheer number of guns and the rate of fire all tacked onto each other. And I'm trying to go look at Gaming Bear. I wish they would give it where you could hold tab and just click, but I couldn't do that during this match for some reason. Anyway, Gaming Bear is actually, I'm pretty sure, doing a last stand at our base right now. We are going to start capping this any second now, and that damage I inflicted on the Furutaka and the Phoenix is critical, because at that point, because of the amount of damage I inflicted on both of them, they actually end up losing this because they can't sail in and reset their cap from our Cleveland and our New York class that have sailed onto the cap. So that's about everything from me right now. Yep, we just started the base cap. There's nothing they can do. There's going to be 2 ships on cap at almost full health, actually. I think the New York, up until this point, has been at full health, and then he started taking hits from both cruisers. But those 2 cruisers were just too banged up to continue the fight. I had an awful lot of fun with this battle, and I congratulate my teammates for being able to finish this off. Because without their help, this would have actually been not as good a battle as I had. Also, special thanks to Merciless and his Omaha. The 2 of us were making an excellent tag team until he got sunk. So, that's everything from this World of Warships replay. Please check out the XCOM footage today. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next video. But for right now, this is Fiaura officially signing out, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!
Thank y'all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, why not click the like button? It would really help the channel and let me know that you're enjoying my content. Want to see more content? There's a subscribe icon right there so you know when I put up videos. I would appreciate it also if you help grow this channel's community. So share this with your friends or just put it up on Facebook. Want to help Fiaura out directly? There are 3 ways you can do this. One is the patronage page, which all the investment towards I put right back into the channel through contests and paying for things like video editing software. Then there are 2 ways to support the channel directly. One is click the ads that YouTube shows you. This is how YouTube pays its content creators, by your clicks on those advertisements. The other and last way to support the channel is through fan funding that is now available through Fiaura's channel page. If you happen to have an extra $1 or 2, it would really let Fiaura know that her videos mean something to you. Anyway, please check out these other videos here on the end page collage, and as always, I will see you on the battlefield or in the next video. Till then, this is Fiaura signing out.